They can't hear me say that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Welcome everyone, Shabbat Shalom. The Mitra siblings, I think they're here. I thought I saw some. So as soon as
They're gradually getting in.
as soon as they get here, we'll start in earnest. But for now, we're gonna have our candle lighting, which is on page 120 of your prayer books.
That's the moment of truth here. This always psychs me out.
Ooh, first try.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Oh man.
Well, thank you and lead a good service.
Oh yeah. I plan to. I guess maybe we'll start with an announcement. Just a quick thing, so Hanukkah starts Sunday night, so that's like right around the corner. So just FYI, I hope you have your Hanukkahs and your candles ready to go. We will be having our Hanukkah party a week from today here. So what we'll do is we'll have like a Hanukkah lighting ceremony, if you will, at the start. We'll have a very quick service, zoom through it, and then afterwards we'll have a potluck in the multi-purpose room. So that's the 23rd, which is a week from today. So that's going on as well. And hey, you guys made it! Welcome. All right. Well, as soon as they're up here, we'll get started. We're going to start on page 128 of our prayer books. And then while I'm thinking about it, usually on the third Saturday of the month, we volunteer over at the Fairview Rec Center for the mobile food bank. It's canceled, y'all, just in case you know. Yeah, because of all the snow. Apparently, they haven't gotten to that. That was going to be tomorrow. Yeah, it's not happening. But I think John Levy got the email about it. I think so. I have to check. But yes. Yeah.
Well, I talked to Imari.
Oh, okay. So you got it from the source.
So I asked him, are we doing it? Said no, after he makes some investigations.
Okay, so there you go. That was there. But tomorrow we will be having Judaism 101 at 9 a.m. over our Zoom room, which will not have any problem with snow. So there you go. And I think those are the announcements. And there are announcements. Oh, and morning minion 8:30 a.m. on Wednesdays. Please join us for that over Zoom. All right, you three, come on up here. Let's do this thing. 128.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
We're now going to turn to page 138 for Lachado D. We're going to recite paragraphs 1, 5, and 9. When we arrive to paragraph 9, I encourage you all to stand up and face the entrance as we greet the Shabbat ride.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. 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 שמור וזכור לי דיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת מלך, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. Is there a tali thief back there? Is that what happened?
Okay, we're moving to Shalom Alechem, which you can find on page 142 of your prayer books.
שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. זכרם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We're moving now to the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitkeda v'yitkeda shemei rabba, tilma divrachel tev yamlik malchutei, b'chayechanu yomecha, uv'chayedechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, uvizman karim, v'imaru, amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Ulam Ne'yalmaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishabach, V'yipar, V'yipramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemer Kedusha B'richu, Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nehemata, Damiram be'alma, V'imaru, Amen.
Move to 146, the Baruch Hu, and when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with us. You may be seated. We now move to page 148.
Umaviyom, 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 umevilayla, umavil ben yom uben layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'chayam, tamidim lo, aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'aravi, umaviyom, 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 umevi layla, umavil ben yom uben layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'chayam, tamidim lo, aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'aravim, Yalalalai, 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 yalalalai,
I will now turn to page 151, and I invite you to join me in the English on the bottom part of that page. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Now move to 152 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem
154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meyodecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinartam levarnecha b'divartam ba'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'techa ha'vaderech u'shofbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam leyot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkiru vatzitem et chol mitzvotai v'tem kiroshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeti etchem meretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. We now move to the Micha Mocha on page 158.
Ya la 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 la, ya 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 la
Shamru on page 162.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לתורתם בריתונם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לתורתם בריתונם
move to the Amidah on page 164. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with us. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagita hilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Ha'gibor, Ha'norah, El Elyon, Gonei Chasadim Tovim, V'Gonei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasnei Hakol, V'Imahut, U'Mevi Ulam, U'Mevinehem, Leman Shemo V'Ahava, Melech Oser, Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezra Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Kol HaTorah Yoshia, Mashiach HaRuach Marin HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Tomech Noflim Berofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayeh Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ra'abilurot, Umikol Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzir Yeshua, Ne'eman Chayot Hakol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol. We will now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like.
Ose shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Israel. Vimru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Israel. Vimru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Okay, now some words of Torah. So one of my favorite themes of our Torah is this incredible sense of justice we see woven throughout the whole work. If we think of the Torah as a relationship between the Israelites and Adonai, part of that relationship is based on Adonai creating a civilization out of a desperate and dispersed people. Adonai is the authority figure of this relationship, and Adonai wields this authority to help the Israelites more than survive, but to thrive. And a thriving civilization requires boundaries and rules. So much of our Torah is made up of laws to act as a guide for the Israelites' success. And Adonai is not just commanding the Israelites, but educating them. In the Torah, Adonai, as an authority figure, takes responsibility for the laws that Adonai develops for the Israelites. And Adonai does this by educating the Israelites through innate understanding of justice. Justice, justice you shall pursue, says Moses to the Israelites, who is speaking on behalf of Adonai. Pursuing justice is a rule that Adonai demands like any other, but it's the love of justice that turns a people into a civilization. In fact, I would argue that the worshiping of Adonai is the worshiping of justice. And the other way around, the worshiping of justice is the worshiping of Adonai. When the pursuit of justice is a sacred act, then the laws that come from it are sacred too. However, the act of making laws is quite different than the laws acted out. Bye, Lila. Yeah. While laws attempting to be just can seem serene, how do they hold up when they are released from their ivory tower? The real world is a messy place, and the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And one of the incredible things that our Torah shows us is that making laws is just one part of pursuing justice. It turns out that justice on the ground is the only justice that really matters. And this week's Torah portion, we watch as the just and unjust flip itself on its head. Tamar was promised to be betrothed to Judah's oldest son, Er. This has a lot of legal implications in Israelite society. Tamar's son, future son, will inherit much of Judah's wealth, since Er is the firstborn son of Judah. This is an envious position to be for most women at this time and place. Unlike men, women do not have the capacity to exercise their rights in the legal arena of the Israelite society. Instead, they need men to be their advocates. When a woman is young, their father or their brothers advocate for them. When they marry, their husband, father-in-law, and male children are their advocates. Tamar was about to have some incredibly powerful advocates in her corner. Unfortunately, her good fortune is taken away from her when her new husband dies before they can conceive a child. Now, Israelite society has prepared for this eventuality in a system called the levirate marriage. And Deuteronomy 25 explains it quite well. When brothers dwell together and one of them dies and leaves no offspring, the wife of the deceased shall not become that of another party outside the family. Her husband's brother shall unite with her. He shall take her as his wife and perform the levir's duty. The first child that she bears shall be accounted to the dead brother, and his name may not be blotted out in Israel. The system of the levirate marriage was meant to protect both the wife and the family legacy, which is the just thing to do. Tamar gets to stay in the family and will get to marry Er's younger brother, Onan. Unfortunately, the arrangement is not as good for the second son because their first child is considered to be the son of the deceased older brother. So it's a brother's sense of duty to keep to this rule, and that's what's just. Except Onan cannot handle that his first son would not be considered his. So he refuses to help conceive a child with Tamar. And unfortunately for Tamar, he also dies. But luckily, Judah has a third son, Shelah. However, Shelah is too young to be married to Tamar, and Judah, fearing Tamar's black widow status, has Tamar move back to her father's house while she waits to be married, and Judah forgets about her. Unfortunately, while Israelite society has attempted to predict how their laws would work, the reality turned out much messier than what the laws could have predicted. Tamar, through no fault of her own, has failed to launch and represents a resource drain for her father's family. Ignoring all the glaring problems of the patriarchy, the Torah is offering a real-life example of how well-intended and just laws still failed Tamar. Tamar can no longer afford to hope that her fortunes and Israelite law will improve. She must take her future into her own hands and hatches a plan as daring as it is dangerous. She seduces the recently widowed Judah, who does not recognize her. She demands his staff, cord, and seal as a pledge for money, objects that Judah would assume he would get back when he had paid her. However, just like Judah withheld his youngest son from Tamar, Tamar disappears, and with Judah's things, withholds them from him. After 3 months go by, Judah hears that Tamar is pregnant. He, of course, assumes she broke her vow to marry Shelah and demands that she is executed for her crime. The thing is, Judah is within his rights to ask for such a severe punishment. Tamar, being a woman, is unable to advocate for herself. And through Tamar's trickery, we see the Torah is about to show us why this is so unjust. Tamar, who on the cusp of being executed, hatches her plan and sends Judah his cord, staff, and seal, and says, the person who owns these items is the father of her children. She's going to have twins. Judah sees that these objects are indeed his and is instantly chastised and stops the execution. He knows that by not giving Shelah over to her as her husband, he was in the wrong. He realized that he is outmaneuvered when it is him that is the father of Tamar's children and not some random man. Tamar gets some semblance of justice, not because the Israelites' law code was prepared for her particular problem, but because she pursued it. Perhaps when Moses said his immortal words about pursuing justice, he was not only saying Israel should make meaningful law codes, but that the pursuit of justice is a personal pursuit that requires bravery, tact, and even trickery. And no one is more deserving as Tamar. She did what Moses said she should do, and our Torah praises her for it. Thus, the worship of justice is not just following sacred rules, but to advocate for what is right, especially if it means advocating for yourself. Thank you. We now move on to the Misha Berach on page 371 of our prayer books. In our own community, we're thinking about these members who are in need of healing: Emily Weaver, Ginger Spiro, John Johnson, Jackie Erdischek, Pat Victor, Janice Breeze, Ross Rumack, and Cheryl Embriani. I don't know about any of you, but my back needs a Misha Berach from all the shoveling we've been doing this last couple of weeks. 371, by the way. Didn't say anything.
מי שברך על אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We now move to the Elenu on page 587 of your prayer books. And when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Turn to page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nema. Kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yihei Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. We now turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. And in our own community, we're thinking about these yard sites this week: Anna Cohen, Florence Greenman, Richard Kaufman, George Kerman, Abe Levy, Mary Schomburg, and Joe Kirkner. And we're in a period of Shloshim for Arlene Elster. If there's someone who you are thinking of or who are mourning for this Shabbat, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. You can normally bracha, the memory be for a blessing. Yit Gadal, Yit Gadash, Shemei Rabbah. Bi'alma divrach u'tev yamlik malchute. V'chayechon u'vyamechon u'v'chayerechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarak le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitpramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemir kudusha barichu. Le'elam inkol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. Okay, I believe we already had our announcements at the beginning. I think we're ready for our closing melody now. You guys ready for that, or you still thinking about it? What were you thinking for tonight?
How about
Maya Hayom, which is on a page.
128.
Oh, that's cool. Let's hope that's the case. It is on 128. Yeah, 128 Maya Hayom. Awesome.
Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all. Please join us for Oneg in our multi-purpose room right after this. We'll see you over there.